Hello and welcome back to Ankford Plays, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes. Alright. So we figured out that we have to use meat to lure out the raccoon. Now I'm thinking about that ham in the kitchen.
I'm going to set this outside to attract the little devil.
And hopefully, like, we can follow the raccoon to its nest and then oh, here. Aww.
Watson, there's the nest. It's on the roof above the balcony.
Okay. Balcony it is. Oh yeah.
I am missing something.
Yeah, missing the yeah, there's the hand.
Excuse me, madam. I'm merely passing by with no wish to disturb you, although I'm sure you found Mr. Arnson to be a man of good taste.
Of good taste, you say? Alright. Let's go to the cabinet, the gun cabinet. And let's save, actually, just for safety's sake. After getting burned by that Watson moment, I've become, shall we say, very of this game, the age of this game. All right, here we go.
What a splendid weapon!
Indeed, it'll be of great advantage in the swamp.
Lock and load, bitches. Take another one. Don't just take one.
Here's what we need to buy a boat.
So that's... okay, well...
Watson, we must move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine.
I'm not sure what that would be.
You should have listened to me, Mr. Holmes, and gone back on your boat.
It's the sheriff. Quickly, load the rifle, Holmes.
No, Watson. Forget the gun and see to the ladder, and quickly.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Let's go, Watson, to the port.
Screw you guys! Alright. Champagne's hot. I have money for you, sir. We should probably save the game. Alright.
Have we enough to buy a boat, sir?
For sure.
Excellent. Could you tell us the best way to reach the swamp area nearest to the rich parish?
That's simple enough for any fool. Sail along the river crook and keep close to the shore.
There is one last service you can do for us. The boat from which we disembarked is scheduled to leave tomorrow for Europe. Could you take a message to the crew for us? We may need for them to hold their departure until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Will do.
And one last thing. How may we identify Old Sam's racks from any others?
Old Sam's racks be marked with blue and white tops.
Okay, going into the swamp.
Now, Watson, let's explore this swamp.
Whoa, dude! We actually get to explore the swamp. Aw, hell yeah. Now, he said stay close to
I have no reason to go there.
See, whenever you boot the game, you actually see the image of Sherlock holding the lantern.
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
This way? Yeah, there's another one. Why won't it let me sail through this? Oh, it's the tree.
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
Good work, Sherlock. Let's see.
Nothing of value there, Watson.
Blue and white.
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's
Oh shit,
racks.
look at that.
We are on the right course, Watson.
Look at that big metal thing over there. God, must have like 12,000 saves by now. What is this?
Blood!
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
I agree, Watson. Oh shit, look at that! Oh,
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
this is some berserk shit.
But what is this horror, Holmes? Where have you taken us?
Near the goal, Watson. Near the goal.
Fucking, that's some berserk shit.
I can think of nothing useful. What are we to do, Holmes?
Bravo, Watson. Here is what will draw these reptiles in that direction and free the passage.
Much better. But let's hurry and get ourselves across before we become their next course.
Nothing of value there, Watson.
What are we talking about? I didn't even know there were any reptiles there. I'ma save then if there's reptiles out here. Fuckity.
Attention, Watson. We arrive. Stand ready.
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
Oh shit, there's some voodoo hoodoo shit. Cthulu statue. No, 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 no. Okay, we're back in the horror part of the game, dude.
Pitiable and blind fools! Are you not aware of the Great One's arrival? Even now he his servants are coming across his kingdom, and the enlightened will give up their flesh to him. All will be present for his awakening.
I have a gun.
Do not fight the calling! Soon he will end his dreaming, and your world will be swallowed whole. Bow down and give thanks. You are the food of his new world.
Well, Watson,
I've got it, Holmes.
that was... Who's this?
Watson, see what you can do for this poor man. His servant took a harsh and terrible revenge by letting him go to these wild men. As for the others, I'm afraid we are too late.
This is... Oh, this is Arneson.
I haven't examined everything yet.
Why did I bring the statue with me, by the way, all the way from England, if it's not used yet?
This sinister figure was also a cannibal. Bored by seafood, was he?
Well...
This is useless.
No, it isn't. Book.
What a strange book. I've never seen these idioms before. How perfect. It'll provide welcome diversion during our return voyage.
Welcome diversion. That is the Necronomicon, or some form, some wretched approximation of it.
A good number of people have been here, not long ago, and indeed not freely.
So they're still missing.
We must act quickly, Holmes. Holmes! Help me to carry him to the boat. I really can't say if he will survive the voyage back.
By the devil, that'd be Arneson.
Indeed. Do you know someone who can be accommodating and tend to him?
You takes yourselves round and seize that little Lucy what lives on the boat.
I know where Lucy is. Please, help my friends to lift this poor man to the wharf, and I will go find Miss Lucy.
What can we do for you, my pretty one?
Dear madam, could you tell Lucy that we have found Mr. Arneson, and tell her to hurry? This may be her last chance to see him while he still breathes.
Lucy! Lucy! Ah, here you are. This gentleman found your fella.
My God, can it be true?
Sure enough, as he say.
What have they done with you? Oh, my poor love!
He has lost his hand and is in deep shock. But with rest and tender care, he has a good chance to survive these injuries.
Oh, madam, please, please.
If I could have a moment, we found this sum of money, which is a large amount and belongs to Mr. Arneson. I think it is fair to entrust it to your care.
Well, this seems all right then.
I will take good care of you. You'll see, my love.
About Arneson's place, there was some disorder left there. If you could be a good man and set things right.
You can count on old Champagne for every little thing. Now, that's a fact.
I can see our friend is in good hands. We better hurry, Watson. I see our ship is making ready to leave.
So what about the sheriff? I mean, won't the sheriff just kill Anderson once he sees him? What the fuck? Sherlock, what the fuck are you doing?
Watson, I have told you several times now, I am not to be disturbed.
But Holmes, you have been locked inside your cabin for all of 4 days now. Outside, the sun is simply radiant, and the wind from the sea...
If you approach me, Watson, I will throw you out. Now, leave me.
Blast it all, Holmes! I am bored. I can't take these sailors' conversations for another minute.
We have an understanding, Watson.
But you know that these enigmas are not my strong point.
Oops.
Wouldn't you have some other task which is better suited to my skills, Holmes?
Of course. You're a man of letters, after all. So, return to the bridge, take your trusted notebook, and apply your mind to editing this small writing.
Agreed. On what subject?
It is my monograph on the calculated trajectories of gull excretia. Good day, Watson.
What the fuck, Sherlock?
I see we have received a message, undoubtedly from my brother Mycroft.
Sherlock, you should receive this letter upon your return from the Americas. Instructions were followed to the letter in Switzerland, and I believe you will find the result satisfying. Several days ago, the Swiss authorities inspected the Black Geltivirus Institute and found evidence of serious breaches of established medical ethics in total accord with your findings. Dr. Gygax was also found and detained. Unfortunately, before anything could be learned, he took desperate measures. He had hidden a small but highly lethal dose of potassium cyanide on his person. Before he could be stopped, he swallowed this poison and died immediately. His employees denied any knowledge of the doctor's murderous activities, and the evidence supports the conclusion that they were merely employees carrying out his orders. No trace was found of the Hindi. However, your friend Superintendent Bilger informed me that during their search of an underground level of the institute, his men discovered a blood-spattered well. In his room, they also reported hearing a strange maniacal laughter that appeared to come from the bottom of the same well. The superintendent thinks, as I do, that the sound is was shouting of the patients gathered in the hospital square. He theorizes that due to the odd acoustics presence, the sound was distorted and appeared to be originating from the foul well. I must say I agree completely with his reasoning and mention the odd report merely to apprise you of all the facts. You should also know that since his discovery, that dreadful room has been condemned and permanently sealed. Although most of Dr. Gygax's documents were destroyed before the arrival of the Swiss police, another number of accounting references survived. These were adequate to trace a series of suspicious transactions. Even the famed confidentiality of the Swiss banks has their limits. What I learned, though seemingly fantastic, is quite probable. It seems that Dr. Gygax had laid his hands on a goodly portion, if not the entirety, of Lord Rochester's lost treasure. You may recall the story. Lord Rochester, the infamous London billionaire, married an American woman. They had but one child, a lad named Archibald. After the boy completed his education and achieved his majority, he travelled east to take charge of his father's interests. In addition to his holdings in England, Lord Rochester also had a number of jewel mines in India. At the end of 2 years, Archibald had accumulated a fortune in gemstones, all of the highest quality. The best of these were placed in a chest which he took with him onto a ship bound for England. Then his fortunes turned. Neither he nor the gems ever saw land as a dreadful storm sank the ship near the Indian coast. Only a few of the ship's crew survived. The bodies of the rest were pulled from the sea, with one notable exception. Not a trace was found of either Archibald or the famed chest, and the tragedy took a far greater toll. Lord Rochester was devastated by the news and died soon after. Grief-stricken Lady Rochester returned to her family home in Boston. She herself died not long ago. What was once a noble family is now gone. What you may not know is that Archibald Rochester had the stones carefully documented and inventoried before he boarded the ship. I was fortunate to see these very documents recently. Comparing the particulars, I can say with the utmost confidence that some of these same stones, presumably at the bottom of the Indian Ocean abyss, have astonishingly surfaced in the middle of the Swiss Alps. I was unsuccessful in uncovering exactly what fact led Amos Colby, the Northwood Agency operative, to that area, but you may know more about this object than I am privy to. Sincerely yours, Mycroft. Okay. We got dialogues. Yeah. We have an understanding. Each to his purpose. I will look to the translation of the book. You are to study the figures written out by our young friend Davy. Now get on with your task and leave me to mine.
Strange. Here, read this, Watson.
Indeed, but the possession of such a treasure is an end in itself. Why the devil go through with such an elaborate masquerade?
Money is often the motive of the basest acts, but not in this case. These are deep waters indeed, Watson. These people follow some other dark purpose, so desperate that it justifies any sacrifice and great risk.
You frighten me, Holmes.
I know, sometimes I frighten myself. Enough of idle speculations, Watson. I asked you to study the figures drawn by young Davy. No doubt they are some cipher. What do you make of them?
What is the solution to the code written by young Davy? Okay. 5, 6, 4, 3, 6, 6, 1, 3, 4.
Indeed, they are open to but one possible meaning, even if it eludes me at present. As for my own enigma, I have failed to penetrate the secrets of this book. The language is archaic, and my own modest knowledge of ciphers is sorely tested. I have succeeded in drawing forth only insanities and other absurdities. According to this book, if my translation is exact, if one makes this mark with human blood, and then with conviction recites this illuminating verse, the victim is mesmerized or deemed to leave his mind. I tell you, Watson, this reads like complete gibberish. I do not know what to make of it.
How did you say it? What? These drawings, what a horror. I tell you, Holmes, this book gives me great unease, as does almost everything to do with this affair.
I just recalled, Watson. Didn't Barnes, the bookseller, tell us he had studied ancient history? Perhaps he might help us with the translation of this book. We must seek out better minds, for we are at a standstill. I have not the slightest idea where they could have taken these people and what consequences await them. Let's take our leave and see if Barnes might be of assistance.
Duh. Okay, well, if I was watching this episode of Iron Place, that was the whole thing. And Sherlock is slowly losing himself to whatever mystery this is, it seems. I guess we put the gun up there, the rifle from before. And there's supposed to be like a... Yeah, it is there. It's there. This is apparently like a classic Sherlock Holmes thing. Okay. Well, VR. Yeah, okay. Well, if you guys were watching this episode of Iron Place, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Next time for more shenanigans. Until then, bye.